And it's time. So here we are. It is the session on abundant money mindset. Let's talk about this phenomenon that has been researched, that we tend to have an income that is the average of the 5 people we tend to hang out with most. Now, why is that? When you think about it, there's a resonance with others that we naturally fall into. And if we're with people who are business owners and we're in business, if we're with people who are successful CEOs, if we hang out with people who have a tendency to have a like-minded sense of the world and also create a lot of wealth in their life, we have a tendency to reflect that in our own experiences. So what's going on? We have something called mirror neurons within us that have a tendency to resonate with those that are around us. And if we want to resonate at a higher level, we need to be around people who have a very high level of consciousness around the things that matter most to us. It doesn't matter if you're a gardener, if you're into health and fitness, if you want to be at your ideal weight, if you want to have excellent relationships. What happens is we tend to get into the same mindset as those that are constantly reinforcing the mindset that we're in at the moment. So, abundant money mindset says, let's take a look at the 3 ways we naturally tell ourselves stories about money. First is the past. What are your stories about your history of money? Is it success, learning how to save, budgeting effectively, investing wisely, making good business decisions, or is it catastrophe after another catastrophe, after a big failure, after one bankruptcy and another bank? What is it that we're telling ourselves about our history on money? Now, whatever it is, doesn't matter. The lovely thing about the past, it's over. So what we can do is we can take the lessons from it, increasing our wisdom, our insight, and our discernment, taking the heavy emotions of it and leaving it in the past. And so this paraliminal starts out by asking you, what is your money mindset about your past? And could you let it go? It doesn't matter if it's super successful or if it's dismal failure. Could you let it go and just be present right now? Then we look at what's your current money mindset. How do you relate to money? Do you see it as a wonderful means to the ends that you're creating? Is it a way of sharing wealth with others? Is it a way of doing good in the world? What is your current money mindset? Is it limitation or is it possibility? And whatever it is, could you let it go? Would you let it go? And then we begin looking at what is the financial future story that we want to be able to tell. What are the stories we're telling ourselves now about the future? Is it limitation? Is it possibility? So when you start out on a new adventure, whether it be a business, an opportunity, an investment, we always think about, wouldn't it be awesome if? And those kinds of expansive ways of viewing the possibilities in the future are excellent for us. If we say, this is just going to be another one of the same old, then what we're doing is we're reinforcing lack or limitation of some kind. Can we shift that? Good news is absolutely. As we shift it, we raise our vibration, as we increase our wisdom and knowledge, as we gain better discernment, rather than burying our heads in the sand and saying, this is really a terrible situation. the economy is tanked, things are going down, the money markets are in the tank, what's happening to the financial future, the debt's going up, it's going to be awful. Or, oh my goodness, there have been more millionaires created in difficult times than in any other time in human history. And so the exciting thing is that wherever you are right now, you can begin fashioning the future that you choose to live into. The metaphor on this is about becoming about an individual who is becoming a master sailor, learning to navigate, watching the stars, the conditions, learning to handle the boat, coming out of safe harbor and going out into the open water, seeing the possibility and seeing the adventure. And a friend of mine says, a lot of people look at the future as being a dark and foreboding unknown. And she says, why not think of it as a fertile unknown? You see, there are so many possibilities. And George Bernard Shaw said that reasonable people accept the world as it is and they adjust to it. Unreasonable people insist that the world changes and adjusts to them. Therefore, all progress is determined by unreasonable people. So it doesn't matter what your history is, doesn't matter what your current situation is. What really matters is that you choose an expansive mindset of what's possible for you. Now, I like to say mindset as if it's just in your thinking. However, I would like you to consider that it's not just the mind, it's also the heart, and it's also the will. So there's a mindset, there's a heart set, and there's a gut set. When we think about having an open mind, an open heart, and an open will, what happens is we get an open connection to that pure imaginal realm, to that source of abundance that is the very universe itself. And when we make that connection and live congruently with it, we begin to harmonize all aspects of our lives. The kinds of materials that you read, the sorts of shows that you watch on TV, the kinds of things that you search for on the internet, the sorts of conversations that you have. All of these are reflective of the particular mindset that you have. And if you want greater abundance and financial security and wealth in the future, let's build that abundant money mindset today. And then with each action you take, with each word you speak, with each feeling you feel about money and your financial future, with each conversation you have, build that resonant field of abundance that you're choosing to live into. Wonderful being with you. I'll see you again in our next session. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day.